Okay, so for my first micro lesson for section 1 or unit 1, I wanted to kind of walk through worksheet for section 1. Now the worksheet for section 1, or the way this whole programming, or the way this whole class kind of works, is you have, for instance, it says chapter, this is the worksheet here. I've downloaded it. It's in your student files. And it says chapter 1, Introduction to Access 2010, read pages, walks you through participate in discussion, complete chapter 1 quiz. Okay, so there's all that stuff for chapter 1. And then chapter 2 walks you through the Access Essentials. Read page 23, complete program. Now, some individuals don't do this part, which is A, Programming Challenge 1, page 52. So on page 52 of your text, it's going to talk about a programming challenge. You do the programming challenge in page 1, challenge 1, page 52. Then you take a screen capture right here, and you could use a snippet tool. And the idea behind a screen capture is basically you're taking a picture of your screen using snippet or some other sort of screen capture tool, and then you're going to paste it right here. So for instance, I'll do one. I grab my screen capture, which is this. I'm going to then capture a picture that looks something like this. So I'm highlighting the part that I want, and then it's actually going to come up something along these lines. Now this is my snip editor. I can copy it, and then I go right along in here where it's at, right? And then I paste it. And there's my image right there. And then I could go along and I could grab my image, I could resize my image so it fit better on my screen, and there it is. But it gives me, shows me a picture of you completing the project. So I'm going to do that for challenge 1, page 52, challenge 2, page 52, challenge 3, page 52, challenge 4, challenge 5. Now remember those discussion things. In addition to that, you also have a video where it talks about how to do a lookup, and you also have all the discussion boards when it talks about how to do a lookup. And then you submit updated, now, here's the other part. You submit updated database for grading. Now, complete Chapter 2 quiz. Note, Worksheet 1 and Chapter 2 updated database should be submitted for grading in the appropriate Unit 1 required folder. Now, I want to talk through how to present the actual database so you know what you're going to be looking at. Now, I pulled up an example of my Chapter 6 database. Now, you'll notice that I've got two forms in my Chapter 6 database. It says Chapter 6 Challenge 1 and Chapter 6 Challenge 3. So if I was turning in my database, I might have, I've got a Challenge 1, Challenge 2, and Challenge 3 as an example. If all of those build on one another, I might call one form, or whatever elements are associated with it, Chapter 1, Challenge 1 through 5. So I know to look at that particular database item, and I know to look, that's where you fulfilled the progress for challenges 1 through 5. In the past, I will have students just mind dump it all and go, good luck. Well, I can't verify where all the data is, so I have to go through and then I have to run it. So then inside, when I open up Chapter 6 Challenge 1, I have this button. Now, as you get better at coding and different things with the coding, if you right-click on this and you go to the properties, this is the property sheet. As I go all the way down on this, I will notice it says on click, there's an event procedure. Now this event procedure, and it's going to walk you through a lot more of this, but I wanted to show you kind of what you'll be dealing with. This event procedure opens up the code where it actually allows you to go in and modify what's going on. This is much more Visual Basic-y, for lack of a better term, than this. Access gives you the ability to input the data. It gives you the ability to kind of interact with things, but this acts as a platform for you playing with Visual Basic for applications. However, it's Visual Basic is what it is. So if you want to look up Visual Basic for applications, or Visual Basic for access, depending upon it, say information, awesome. But you can also look up Visual Basic information, because that will be able to help you as you go through looking at this sort of thing. And then, of course, I will, when I go to run these things, is I'll just double click on them, and then I will run. However this works, I will extract the information. So in this particular example, they had a string concatenation, or excuse me, a string breakdown where they took the last part of this information. And if I take out, let's say, VBA, and then it's not going to let me change it. Oh, probably because of the fact that I don't have modification, which is fine. And then in challenge 3, let's pull that one, show word string, look at the letters at the pop-up in a word, find space. So they've gone through all this. And then, so I'm going to look at verify. I verified that I found talk, camp, and black. Sorry, this is not, okay, so we're going to show word, talk, camp, and black. Verify. Correct. So this probably isn't working exactly like it should, but that's okay. That's okay. This might be a good example. This is chapter 6, challenge 3. So this is a kind of a way to walk you through. Okay, so talk, camp, black. Let's see. Maybe I'm using it wrong. I mean, granted, this is until chapter 6, but and this will probably go away. And let's do talk. Verify. Yep, okay, good. I did it the right way now. But all these things interact from the challenge, and what I'm doing is when you turn it in addition to the worksheet that kind of walks you through what you need to do, and then you put screen captures on this thing, then you turn in the database so I can actually verify that all these things are working. What's good about doing it this particular way is it allows me to, if you turn in a worksheet where I can see that it works, but the database doesn't work, I'll be able to email you and go, hey, I don't think I have all this information in. And so then you'll be able to do it. Now, when you turn it in, you would go to the normal hand-in folder and things along those lines. But these worksheets will kind of walk you through what you need to do challenge-wise, but you need to make sure your database elements label all the items here. And then what I'm going to try to do for the follow-on is I'm going to kind of walk through what was due, how to look at it. Here are some examples and kind of break that out so you see what should have gone on at each particular time and kind of give you an intro to the next section. So this is kind of a, I can't walk over what happened before this because, no class. But this gives you an idea of what you're looking at, what you're submitting, and how you go about putting together the worksheet. Okay? So once again, thank you very much. I think it's going to work out well. I trust. Take care.